I don't know why. Call me weird, call me crazy, call me psycho. But I have always found it to be fun to feed these large orb weavers. And as long as you touch their back end or their legs, there's no problem with them harming you. Haha. Okay, y'all. A few days ago, Roots and Refuge Farms had a video, and she was showing kind of a pet spider they've adopted. And the reason I keep referring to that video is because I really related to several things in it. Reason I'm talking about the spider is when I was a kid, I used to catch grasshoppers like you just saw me do, and I would feed them to these spiders. Now this is usually called, I believe a banana spider is one of its common names. I grew up calling it a garden spider, and we had a lot of them at my parents' place. But more specifically, it is an orb weaver spider, and this one is a female. And they make these large webs, and I'm sure my camera won't show like the actual webbing. Maybe we can get close up here. Can you see that zigzag there of the heavy web? Yeah. And the little tiny spiders that you sometimes see on these webs, they're really skinny and you have to really look for them. Those are actually the males that will mate with the females, and then the females kill them. And then later you'll find the big egg sac, and those are these orb weaver spiders. If you care about the welfare of grasshoppers, which by the way eat our plants and our food, which is why they are on my enemy numero uno list, especially these field grasshoppers and the green ones. Oh my goodness, those green katydid kind of looking leaf grasshoppers that bite. Oof. Anyway, you may not want to watch this video if you don't want to see grasshoppers meet their end. Because these grasshoppers messed with the plants that I wanted to be keeping, when I was a kiddo, I would feed the grasshoppers to the spiders. And we had these spiders all over our barn. And we had a gabled roof barn. And so part of the challenge was if I couldn't reach the spider just standing, like say I had to go to the top of that pole or higher, it was always a game of, all right, tossing the grasshopper up high enough to get it into the web without it passing through the web and getting caught on the barn wall. Because once that happened, then of course the grasshopper would hop away from the spider web, and the spider would not get its meal. So I'm going to go ahead and put this grasshopper in the web, especially since she's higher up, and I'm trying to get him good and caught. He does not have his back legs, so he won't hopefully be able to kick out of the web. Now she knows I'm here, and she's more nervous because I haven't fed her as often as I would like to. Whenever you've fed them frequently throughout the summer, they don't really mind when you come, and they quickly go to the food that you place in their web. All right, y'all, so isn't that the way it usually goes? I had to pause the video because Malachi needed me for something, and when I went back to finish filming, the phone had already turned off, and the phone said cannot use the camera because the phone is too hot. That's kind of telling of the weather that we're in right now. And this is a stick that Malachi has put in one of the cracks in the ground because we've had lots of hot weather and not much rain. Anyway, so when I went back over to the spider, I found that she had already found the grasshopper, and now she is starting to most likely feed on the grasshopper. usually as soon as they wrap the grasshopper, they inject the venom to start, pardon my French, liquefying the inside, and then they suck the resulting juices out of the grasshopper. That's why anytime you see the essentially carcasses on the ground underneath a spider web, they're all kinds of crunchy. Well, that's because they've completely dried out, because the spider has sucked their food out and all that's left is the shell. Anyway, I don't know why. Call me weird, call me crazy, call me psycho, but I have always found it to be fun to feed these large orb weavers. And as long as you touch their back end or their legs, there's no problem with them harming you. Now, I'm sure they can bite, but they are not a venomous spider. Woohoo! And okay, see that right there? She is moving her legs back and forth, kind of in a jumping motion, to make her web move back and forth. I think that's how she intimidates and makes herself look bigger and more vicious. Yeah, can you tell I have watched spiders a lot? But to be honest, spiders, in addition to plants, are a big reason why I chose to study biology. I just find them fascinating, and the way things grow and the way spiders eat, especially these spiders, I don't know, it's just really cool to me. I know it freaks a lot of people out, and no, I don't particularly care to have spiders in my house. Sometimes they die, sometimes they get relocated to outside, but these spiders I definitely love. Alright, I may see if I can find another grasshopper to feed her, yet another one, especially now that she's not feeding on that one grasshopper. Yes, I know, because of me. But I want y'all to watch her as she wraps the grasshopper. Now, as you see, this grasshopper is held there by some really strong strands of the spider webbing. And that's because when they first wrap an insect, and while the venom is working its way through the insect is still moving. So that extra webbing helps hold that bug on their web until it basically becomes paralyzed or immobilized, and then later the spider will come back to enjoy her meal. Alright, so I got another grasshopper. This one, the back legs are still on it, but I have disabled the legs so that they will not, so it will not get out of her web, hopefully. And this one I'm going to try to toss and see. Oh, I missed showing you that, but she very quickly felt the impact of that grasshopper on her web, and then she came. And if you notice, the web comes out of the underside of her abdomen, and she spins the insect to wrap it. Now, if, I wish my camera could show it better. There we go. See how it's mainly attached on the two ends, and then when she finished wrapping, she took one strong strand and brought it back to her. She will always come back to the middle and attach that strong tether back to where she's at, and then she will place one of her legs on that tether so that she can feel the movements and the vibrations coming from her food. And she will do that for all of the insects she has on her web. Now, usually they don't have too many going at once. Usually 2 or 3 is like the max. And then their web gets so torn up they have to make a new one. So they'll tear this one down and make a new one. Now, if the spider is really hungry, she will actually wait until the insect stops moving. She will take her fangs and cut all the strands. She will hold the tether. She will bring the insect back to the middle, and she will chow down on it in the middle of her web. Now, if she's not starving, she'll do like what she's doing now, where she comes back to where the insect is located on her web, and she will just enjoy a leisurely meal there. Once again, if you can't tell, I've done a lot of observation of these awesome critters, and to me it's just fascinating. Alrighty, well, y'all have a blessed day, and we hope this doesn't scare you off. To me, it's just another part of nature. Everything has a purpose and a reason to be here, and the more we can understand it, the better. Oh, and if you look, let's see if I can zoom in. She is doing what I was mentioning right now. She is taking her mandibles, cut that thread, and she is taking it back up to the center of her web. And now she's attaching it, and she's got it dangling there. And she will take her legs and pull it up, and now she's going to enjoy her snack right there in the middle of the web. Now, how often does it happen that an insect does what you just said it was going to do? That is pretty stinking awesome. Even Justin's like, okay, that was kind of cool.
It
was. Okay, let me snap a picture of her for Instagram, assuming my phone can, there we go, focus pretty well. Alrighty, hope you found it interesting, as long as it wasn't too creepy. Y'all have a blessed day, and we will see you here at Kooker Gehoofed again next time, and I promise it won't be something quite so off the wall, but I won't promise I won't do another off the wall one at some time in the future. God bless.
Thanks for watching the video. Push the thumbs up to like the video. Also hit that subscribe button, also the bell, so that you can get notifications when our videos come out.
Check us out on our social media pages too. The links are below. Bye, y'all.
Bye.